Do you want to see how I test dropshipping products with $3 Facebook ads using products from the CommerceHQ Accelerator app? And then how I find suppliers with inventory in the USA for fast shipping to our customers? I'll also show you how to use the same post ID for multiple ad sets or multiple ads when you duplicate them. That'll be further along. I'll even show you my testing method in addition to what's taught in the CommerceHQ training. So let's jump over into the admin area. So go ahead and log into the admin area. And if you haven't already, go ahead and install the Accelerator app. That would be in the App Store. If you have it installed, you'll see it here. Click on the Accelerator app and click here where it says Add Products and Download Ads. So I see they've added some new products. So what I was going to do this product because I like this, considering this time of year, it's cold outside, and this thing it looks kind of neat. So I was first looking at this one. So what I do when I'm looking to add a product, I don't just add any product from here. I want to see a few things, and I'll show you, if you stick with me, I'll show you what those things are that I look for, which will increase your chances of finding a winning product sooner. So I'm just going to show you what I did when I looked at this product. I like this. I like the style. It would look good on my store. It's something that's appropriate for this time of year. It's not too expensive, and I think people would actually search for something like this, especially if they saw it once. Then they would maybe go search to find it. So you can see that the cost on AliExpress is $13.62, and they've got multiple colors, which is nice. Good description. We have reviews with photos. I prefer the reviews with photos. Of course, we always have good ad copy and good videos. And I just want to come down here and see what kind of profit margin John and his team found. So if our cost is $13.62 and we're charging $4.95 on our store plus $29.95 for the product, we're bringing in $34.90 on each order for one of these. And something like this, there's a good chance that someone would buy more than one, for the multiple colors. Especially if they want something that matches a different jacket or matches something else that they're wearing. So this product has potential that people order more than one. So it could be higher than that. But on one product, you can see that if we're paying $13.62 and we're bringing in $34.90, we're going to have a profit of $21.28. That's a 60% profit margin, which is good. John and his team, they try to find us products that are in that range of 60 to 70%. Sometimes he finds some that are even better margins. Sometimes they're a little bit less, but they're usually a higher dollar profit on those. So this is typical for what we see in there. So before I add it to the store, I want to make sure that I have a supplier. So if you scroll back up to the top and you click the AliExpress link, you go to the product on AliExpress. We can see that this product is not in the United States. This is coming from China on AliExpress. They do have all the colors, which is nice. We can ship with e-packet, but you can see you could do the standard AliExpress standard shipping, which sometimes is faster, but in this case, it's actually slower. So e-packet would still be January 28th. So we're looking at 5 to 6 weeks. That's just too long. That's too long for me. I don't want my customers waiting that long for a product. So what I'm going to do, or what I did was, I went and looked. I just did a search in AliExpress for that product. And then I went right here where it says ship from, and I looked for a supplier in the United States. So I scrolled through and I didn't see that specific product. And there's a lot of products that are similar that look nice, but the reason I want to use that product is because John's team has already put together a product video for that product. I don't have to do another video. If John and his team have already done all that work for me, there are plenty of products inside of the Accelerator app that I can test. Maybe I'll come back to this one later and check and see if I can find a U.S. supplier. But if I don't find anything on in AliExpress with U.S. U.S. shipping, I do go over to eBay and I look for these products. Now, I already did that search on eBay, and what I did find was that these are actually selling. See, we would be selling these for $29.95. Well, on eBay, I found them they're $50, $60. So there's definitely a market there for this product, and there were many orders that were in there. And the next thing I did was go look and see what the search numbers were. But I'm not going to do that. This product did not pass my first check of a USA supplier. So when that happens, I'm done for now. I'm going to go to the next one. So I just went to this next product. And this is a product that, I have a cat and I like to travel. Well, my cat, even when I'm not traveling, my cat always wants fresh water for some, I don't know why. I'm sure somebody does know. But these automatic cat water fountains are great for cats. They can even play with them. They can drink their fresh water from there. So this is something that interests me because this is something that I might buy. I mean, it looks like it's a little bit more expensive. It's $23.66 on AliExpress, and it looks like there might be two versions. This one looks like it might be stainless steel. This one is plastic, right? So I would have to look at this and see. They're showing both of them on here. I don't know. We do have some good photos with our reviews, so that's good. It passes that. And then so I'm going to come down here and check out the profit margin. So if it cost us $23.66 and we're charging $59.95 on our store and collecting $4.95 for shipping, that gives us a total revenue of $64.90 for one of these. Now, this is probably not a product that people will buy more than one of, but they might, or they might even buy it as a gift. But my first intuition tells me that this is probably a one-off purchase for this product. Now there are plenty of products on there for cats, so we could probably find a good upsell to go with this. But, we have a $41 profit on this product, which is great. And we have a 63% profit margin, which is fantastic, which is typical, like we saw on the last one. This is typically what we see as far as profits go on the products that John and his team find. So the next thing I do, if I like the profit margin, I like the profit, we have good reviews, I'm going to see if I can find a supplier in the USA. So the first thing I did, I clicked on the AliExpress link. I actually still have it open. And you can see that there are, in fact, two versions of this product. There's one with the plastic. It's $16.31 plus $4.68 shipping. So that's just a little over $20. Then they have this one that's stainless steel, and it's $4.68 shipping. So $19 plus $14.68. That's almost $25, right? So $25, and it's only in. This one is only in China or Russia, but most of the places can be shipping from China. So what I would normally do is go to, of course, the where am I? I'd go here and I would just look up automatic cat water fountain, right? So first thing I do, come over here. And I'm going to look and see if I can find any that are already in the United States. And they do have some, so it's like the other. They have similar things, but not that exact product. Here's one. Here's that exact product. That one right there. Let's see if there are any other suppliers. There's another one, $357. I don't think so. So we did find one. Here's another one. So there are two. Let's just look at this one up here. They've sold 1,352. That's a lot. Let's take a look. This is probably a reliable supplier here. Good. They have, if you're selling in the U.S., you can get the U.S. plug. If you're selling in Europe, or in the UK, Australia. So these are actually the 4 countries I sell in a lot. So they have, the plugs for each one of those countries. So this is interesting to me. This is interesting. So I want to see what they have. Let's see what versions they have. Okay, this one has an auto shut off, which is interesting. This one, I'd have to see. It comes with carbon filters. 1 carbon filter. So this is something that this is interesting. If you can sell these right here, these filters, if you sell this product, then you can actually set it up and with a recurring or subscription billing somehow. I know CommerceHQ doesn't have that yet, but they should be adding it. They said they're working on it. But you could set this up and, just drop ship it from the United States. Let's just see what they have. So the US, it says delivered before January 4th or full refund. I love when I see this. They give you a full refund if it doesn't get there by the deadline that they tell you. So that's good. That's today's the 22nd. So we're looking at, just over a week. Yeah. So a week. And of course we've got the holidays in there. So this is actually a good shipping time. The price is $28.53. That's $5 more than what we have here. So that would cut into our profit a little bit, but our customers would get it fast. It is cheaper. Not that one. I'm going to go ahead and close that one. And it comes with a filter. So we'd have to see what the other one, if it comes with a filter, and also has auto shut off. So this one, we might even be able to charge more for it. But I really like this, that we can sell more filters. And they do have more filters, and it's also free shipping in the United States. So $6.99, you could sell a 4-pack for, especially if it's like recurring, and you don't even have to spend any more money on ads to sell this because your customers will keep coming back, especially set up some kind of email marketing, so you email that customer, however often they need to be replaced. So I'd look into that. But this is something right here, $28.53 for this one, and I get added here. But what you probably, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I prefer to find a supplier on eBay. So I went over to eBay, and of course I searched for the exact same thing. And what I did, I scrolled right down here, and I selected USA only. Where is it? Doesn't even show up anymore. Right there, USA only, because I'm going to be running ads in the United States to US customers. And I see that there are other suppliers here that I haven't even looked at, but you can see here over 91 sold, over 34 sold at these prices. So this isn't bad. 16 or 15 sold here, and you can see that there are others. So people are definitely buying this product. So let's just check out this first one. Let's just see how much exactly it is. So okay, so they have it broken down. So you can actually order the filters here too. So this is good. So I would probably use this one. It's $8.09. The other is $6.99. But it's already in California, and it's actually going to arrive on, a few days before the other one. But the one in China, or it's actually not in China because there's no way it would get to the US before this one right here, $6.99. So this is actually a little bit better price, $2 less. And this one was $28.53. And on eBay, it was $8.09. So actually, it's not $2 more. It's just $1.10 more. And then the water fountain, $29.69. So this one is quite a bit more expensive. And it does say that it does come with a filter. So let's see, what did we say it was? 23. Yeah, so we're talking $6 more for this one. So I would probably not use this one. I'd use the one on AliExpress before. But real quick, before we decide on one of these suppliers, and actually we won't even decide right now. I'll come back and I'll do this on my own and go through here. If you want to see me actually, you want to take the time to watch and see how I select a supplier, then let me know and I'll actually record another video and show you, me analyzing different suppliers and deciding on one. But the next thing that I want to check once I find you a supplier, and sometimes I do this before, is I come over to Google and I use a tool. You can use Keywords Everywhere or Keyword Surfer. I just use Keyword Surfer. It's free. Keywords Everywhere used to be free. They are Chrome extensions, so you just go to Chrome and go to the Chrome web store and search for Keyword Tool and look for Keywords Everywhere or Keyword Surfer. And it'll give you these numbers. So I just put in the product name just like it is. I said, okay, automatic cat water fountain. Let's see how many people are actually searching for this. And I see that there are, just in the United States alone, there are 140 searches a month, which is good. And if I wanted to, maybe automatic, I could take off automatic and see, what people are searching. Look at there, cat water fountain, 22,200 orders a month. People searching for that product. And you can see, so look at there, stainless steel is a big one. People are looking for stainless steel ones. Battery operated. I don't think that one that we're looking at is battery operated, but I'm going to look. But this one right here, look at there, stainless steel. That's actually more than the automatic. So what I would do when I'm naming this on my store is I'm going to put the word stainless steel in the name of my product. So this is the other thing that's very important to come look at and see what kind of searches are being done. And you can see right down here, Keywords Everywhere. You can see I have both of these installed. They kind of show you the trend. So there was a big spike here, people looking for them, big spike there, big spike here, but it kind of steadied out, and now they're searches consistently, which is good. You want to see this filled in. The more this is filled in, the more color you see here, the better on this one. And you can go right here. You can actually look at the last 5 years if you want and kind of get an idea. But look at there, a lot of people searching now. So, this looks like this probably explains why John Mack and his team found this and added it to there. And what I did is I went through these Google Shopping ads just to get an idea of what people were charging. There's $59.99 for one. This one's $59.99. So we're looking at 60. So that this is consistent with what the price that John Mack suggested. So he must have found someone selling it for that amount. And you can go through here. Here's someone selling it for $20.99, but it's no telling how much they're charging for shipping and how long it's going to take. Here it says that there's one on Amazon for $26.99. I would probably take a look at that because if I can find a supplier on Amazon, I'll use a supplier on Amazon. Now, if you have Amazon Prime, you can't use Prime, that 2-day shipping when you're drop shipping. That violates their policy, and you risk your Prime account. So if you are using a supplier on Amazon and you want to follow their policies, then you need to be paying for the shipping, or at least not choosing the 2-day shipping that you get as a Prime member. All right, so you can go through here. I always go through and look. See, here's one at Chewy for $69.55. So actually, when I'm running my Facebook ads, I'm going to be targeting people who like Chewy. So because if they've been in there and looking for this product, they're going to see it for $69.55, and it's likely that they could choose one of ours, for less if we show it to them on Facebook. So I scrolled through here and I found these two here that were $33.99, which looked like they're about the same thing. And then I found one, where is it? That was $14.99 here. And I was like, how can they be selling that? Maybe I can use them as a supplier. So I clicked that and I came out on this store, and surprise, surprise, it was $49.99 from China. So us charging, $59.95 like it's suggested here in the app, I believe that was the price. I'm scrolling down. Yeah, $59.95. And they're going to get it in a few days in the United States. It's not crazy when you consider that here's someone selling it for $45.99 and it's still coming from China. right? So, I mean, this is a cat branded store. So usually if you have a niche store, you can actually get away with charging higher prices because people will come back and they're going to search around. They don't want to, especially people who want to save time. They don't want to go hunting around the internet for a product just to save a few dollars. If they have a store where they normally buy products, like a cat store, they're going to continue coming back here and buying cat products from the same store. And they're just going, if they feel that they got a good deal and that's a good value, then they'll continue buying from the same store. And that should be your objective too. And that's one of the reasons we still ship from our USA suppliers to our USA customers, because you want them to get their product fast, and that's going to keep them happy. You know, a good quality product in a few days. You know, it doesn't have to be two day fast like Amazon, but they need to be getting their products within just a few days. So if we pick a product, we come over here and you just click on Add Product Now, and that adds the product to your store. See right there, your product is successfully imported. Now, if we go over to the store and we go to shop, I still need to organize this. There it is right there. And this is what it looks like on our store. So you can see that they do have the two variants. There's the one that's plastic, and there's the stainless steel one. Now, I would probably make the stainless steel one as the default, but in this case, you know, since I am drop shipping from eBay, I'll be using my Shopify app, and I can just do a separate supplier for each one of these. So what I'll do next is, now that I have this on the store, after I start my ads, then I will go set up my supplier. Right now I don't have to worry about it. What I have to worry about right now, getting this product on my store and now launching ads for it. So that's what we'll do next. Now that we have our link to our product, we have our product installed, I will want to come in here and change the name, but I'm not going to do that in this video. What we're going to do now is, now we're going to go launch our ads on Facebook. Before we do that, let's get our video for our ad. So go back over to the Done For You section, and you can see it shows on there that this product has been added to the store. So this is a new thing. I didn't notice this before. That tells you which ones you've added to your store and which ones you haven't. But let's go ahead and click in there and get our product video. So scroll down, and right after the reviews, you'll see the section with the ad copy. So right here, if you click on Download Video Ad that you can use, you have to agree to the license, which is basically we have the right to use this video as long as we are members of CommerceHQ. If you leave CommerceHQ, you can no longer use these videos, and if you cannot give these videos to someone else to use. That's just what the agreement is. So I'm going to click on Agree and Download. You can see it downloaded it there. I'm just going to leave it there in my downloads bar. And now we're going to jump over to Business Manager. So here I am in Business Manager. I already have Ads Manager open. And you can see this is a test account that I use when I'm testing products. So what I do is I have one campaign or one ad account where I do my product testing. Once I have a winner, I create a new ad account for that winning product. So we're going to create a new campaign. You see the big green button. Just click on Create Campaign, and you'll see that the interface has updated. If you were doing this before, they've now changed it. And we are going to test. We want conversions. So click on Conversions. You can leave this up here on Auction. That's okay. And down here, we're going to go ahead and name our campaign. So I like to name the campaign the name of the product, because I do not test more than one product in a campaign most of the time. I have done it before, but most of the time I stick to the same strategy because it works. So I'm just going to call this the Automatic Cat Fountain. That's good enough. And this is going to be I mean, if I was going to be doing something else, but in this ad account, I only do the conversions because I'm doing the testing. So I'm just going to leave it like that. The name of the product. If you wanted to, you could specify, that it's a conversion campaign, right? So sometimes if I do something different, like a video views campaign, for example, if I want to build a lookalike real fast, I might do a video views, or a dynamic product ad. I'll do the catalog sales for that one. And I would just name it DPA instead. But for this one, I just name it the name of the product. That's it. For the ad set name, I usually set that based on whatever my targeting is. So I'll show you how to do that after. But for now, I'm just going to put in here ad set number 1, just so you can see how I distinguish these. And then here, this is going to be video ad number 1. Okay? Because there'll be multiple ad sets and there will be multiple ads. I'll click continue. And then we come out on the campaign tab. So we're going to scroll down through here. We don't have to change anything here. We can leave this all set the same. This was supposed to have been taken away from us in February of 2020, and we still have it. So that's good because I prefer setting the campaign or setting the budget at the ad set level. I still prefer that. So I don't do anything on this tab, and I click here on next, and I go to the ad set. See, it changed blue up here. That's how we know we're on the ad set. So it's ad set name up here. There's the name of our ad set, ad set number 1. Now here, we want to choose our conversion event. And I almost always go with purchase because Facebook has gotten a lot better than when I first started using it. Before, purchase wasn't as good as it is now. Now Facebook knows who most of the buyers are. They have years of data now. And so I'm telling Facebook, send me the people that are most likely to purchase something on my website. And they have a database that's full. They know people that have bought something from a website before. So that's already part of that purchase group, right? So they know the people that are most likely to buy. They know the people who never buy anything online. So, and they also know the people who will add to cart and won't buy. So I don't want those. So I want purchase. So I almost always now test purchase because that's what is working best right now. Then I set my budget. I know this is different than the way it's taught in the training. I just do $3. I still only do $3 budgets. I still prefer that. It still works very well for me, and I just keep doing it. Of course, I scale these. I don't leave it at $3 forever. If it's profitable, I increase the budget. And another strategy I will use is I will duplicate a winning ad set to higher budgets. And then I turn them off, of course, once they stop being profitable. Because at $3 a day, this ad set will not run forever and make sales at $3 a day. You're either going to have to increase that budget, or if you don't, you will eventually have to turn it off because it will not stay profitable long term. This is a short-term strategy just to see if we can get sales in the beginning. So you set your daily budget. I like to do 3. You can do it whatever you want. $5, $10, $20. I start at 3 for each ad set. Now we're going to come down here to our audience. We're going to come back to our audience. This is where you could do your lookalikes, and that should be your goal in the beginning, is to build up your lookalikes. And so you're going to build up your Facebook page. When you're running ads, you're going to get people liking your page. You should be inviting people that comment on your post to come back and like your page to build up your page, because that's a lookalike audience that you can target. So you can build up lookalike audiences. I'll do separate videos for those. So we're going to come down here, and this is where we're going to set all of our targeting and things down here. We're going to leave it on automatic placement. And right down here, I like to do, I know they tell you to do the one day click for your conversion window. I still like doing 7-day click. This one, you can test all these. 7-day clicks seems to work best for me. Maybe because the way I analyze the data, I'm used to seeing certain things. So I try to stay consistent. Every once in a while, I will test one of the others just to see. Sometimes they do good, sometimes they don't, but I just try to stick to the same strategy and just try to master that. Try to master one. If it gets you sales, keep doing it. So let's jump right up here and let's go ahead and put in our targeting. So if we go back over to our store, you see they've given us 3 sets of ad copy, which we're going to do on the next screen. But here's our targeting. So they're telling us we need to do 22 to 65, and then they give us the groupings, right? But all of them are 22 to 65. And I'm going to start with this one here. It has the least amount of interests. So I'm just going to copy these. And it's not going to work for this where it says exotic short hair or. So actually I'll do this, and then I'll go and add the Havana Brown after. So copy that. And notice right here, interest expansion off. You almost always want to leave that off. And just keep targeting, especially when you're testing. Okay, so we're going to go up here. We said 22 to 65. And that's pretty much what I do anyway. I usually don't go below 21. Rarely will I go below 21. We're going to leave it on both genders. I believe that's what it said, both genders. Yeah, see, it's not specific to one gender. And then our targeting. Oh, there, I missed it right up here, right there. See the detailed targeting? Click on that. Uncheck this box. This is the one that said expand interest. We don't do that because what will happen, they will start with our interest and then they will start adding other interests to it that we don't even know what they are. So during our testing, we want to know which interests are working, which ones are not. So I'm just going to click in here and I'm going to right click and paste. These are all of those interests that John Mack's team gave us. You can see if you scroll down, you can see them all. And there's one still we need to add, and that is the Havana Brown, I believe it was. Yeah, right there it is. See, I'm just going to add that. And I guess these are specific kinds of cats, like pure breed cats. If someone is willing to pay all that money for a purebred cat, you know that they're going to be paying a lot of money for other things for that cat. You know, they're going to treat it like it's a person. No, all my cats have always come from a rescue or someone giving them away. I've never actually bought a cat. I like to rescue them. So I am not one of those people who spend $10 for on a meal for my cat, but I do take care of my cat and I like to give them fresh water and things. That's why something like that water fountain will appeal to a broader audience. So this one is going to be an audience of specific breeds. So we're going to come up here and we're going to rename this. So I usually start with whatever my target is. So I'm going to call this cat pure blood breeds. Just like that. Just so I know in general, what am I targeting in here? If I was targeting an individual interest, I would put just that interest in here. And you can see right over here, our reach with all those specific cat breeds is 1,800,000. That's a really good size, broad niche or broad group of interest to target. So that's good. I don't like putting spaces in my ad set names. So I always put the underscore. You can leave spaces. I still do that out of habit because back in 2016, I used to do the UTM tags a lot just because the reporting on Facebook didn't work the way it should. So I would have to copy and paste. Well, when you double click on something and it has spaces, it would not let you double click and select the whole thing. You actually had to click on one end of the name and drag it all to the next end just to copy it. So I got in the habit of putting these underscores. Then I could just double click on the name and copy it. Simple, fast. So I usually like I said, I start with the whatever I'm targeting first. Then I put in the country that I'm targeting. Then I put the age range that I'm targeting. So this is 22 to 65 plus. I don't put the plus in there. I just put 22 to 65. And then if I'm doing women or females, I would put an F like this. If I was doing men, I would just do, or males, M. If I'm doing both genders, I just leave it, I put A for both. This is just for me, so I don't have to actually open up the ad set every time. I can just look at the name and I know exactly what I'm targeting in that ad set. So I'll put it, and then I put it in another underscore, and then I put in what it is, the device that I am, like I said, that one down here, the placement, right? I put in the placements after that, and that's here. So I'm doing auto placement. If I was doing specific devices, I would put in what the specific device was. So up here, this is, I'm doing auto placement, so I'll put AP. I just do that out of habit. And then I put in, my budget. So I'm starting with $3. This just, when I go to duplicate these, or I look at them later and see which ones are the top performers, and this is the reason that I use $3 budgets, because I started tracking my initial daily budget to see which ones had the best performance. And when I started looking at these, I realized that the ad sets that had the best performance, most of them were started at a $3 budget. So I still track it, because once I start duplicating them, if it does, this one performs, and I use my strategy where I duplicate it 3 times and then use 3 different new budgets, then I put in there the new budget also. That helps me separate the ones. I can see the $3 one, I know that's the original. I see a $6 one, I know that's a duplicate. I see a $9 one, I know that's a duplicate, or $20, $50, I know that's a duplicate, because it's not 3, because I start them all with 3 now. Then I put in the conversion event that I chose. See, I chose purchase conversion event down here. So I put that as PUR up here. The next thing I put, and you don't have to put any of this. I just do this so I can look at it quickly. So if you look right over here in the ad set name, I don't even have to open that up to see what I'm targeting, what country I'm targeting, the age group, gender, the placement, my initial budget, the conversion event, and I put on here, because like I said, I do test these. I'm doing that 7-day conversion window. So 7-day click. If I was doing the 1-day click, I would do 1C. If I'm doing the 7-day click, 1-day view, I put in like that. But this one is just 7-day click. I still like that one. And then if there's anything that I'm excluding, so usually I will exclude the buyers. So once they buy, I create a custom audience of buyers for that specific product. That way, I don't keep showing the same ads to people who already purchased the product. But I don't have that set up right now, and this is just a test anyway. That's a huge audience. If this is a winner and I start scaling, then I will come in and start adding an exclusion audience for these. So I don't think, I'm going to scroll down. I think I got everything set up. Yep, United States. See, right here's where I would exclude the custom audience. I don't have that set up yet. I have this unchecked. That's good. I'm going to leave it at all languages. Auto placement. I don't have to worry about anything else down here. Okay, this is good. I'm just going to double check, make sure that there is no, okay, so this is just one group. So if you look up here at ad set number 1, this is an ad set that has 2 groups of interests, right? So you have this group. So whoever likes these has to like these also. They have to like at least 2 different of these. I notice these are all breeds. So there's 2 different breeds in there. So if they like these, they have to like this. So this is going to be a smaller audience. This looks like it's just a broad targeting one group of interest. So this is actually ad set number 2. So I like to know which of the targeting that I'm doing. So I'm just going to leave it like it is. This one is not intersected. Sorry, intersecting. That's what I was trying to think. And that's done right down here. So you put one group of targeting in here. and then you narrow the audience and you put the second group here. See how it says and must also match? This is where I would put that second group. But I'm not going to do that. This one only has the one group now anyway, so I'm going to leave that like it is. So this part is good. Your ad set is ready to go. Now we need to jump over to the ad. So you can click here where it says video ad number 1, or you can go down here to the bottom right and click next. And that takes us to the video ad. See, we have an error because we don't have the website URL in there or anything. So here you choose the Facebook page that you're using. It should show up automatically. You should have connected these in Business Manager and Business Settings. Like I said, I've got another video where it shows you that. That's this little gear down here in the bottom left. It says Business Settings. And you can go down there and you can connect your assets. So that's where you can connect your pixel to an ad account. You can connect your page, add it to but it should show up. This is actually your pages. If you are an admin on a page, they will probably all show up here. I'm not going to click on this because I'm an admin on so many pages, and some of them are not my pages. I'm just helping other people. So I don't want to show, everyone's Facebook page here. Maybe there's one that's not even mine. Then if you have an Instagram account already created for your page, this is where you would connect it. Connect it here if you haven't already connected it, and you would select it here. You can do the same. I'm going to leave it just like this one. I do not have an Instagram account for this Facebook page, so I'm using the page at Facebook is going to use my page as my Instagram account. So I'm going to leave that like it is. I'm going to come down here. Here's what we want. It's automatically set for create ad. All right, so you just scroll down. We're going to leave it like it is. Single image or video. We have a video because this is a product from the Accelerator app. So we're going to keep scrolling down. And this is where we get down to add creative. Now we're going to create our ad. So first thing we want to do is add our media. So we're going to click on it, and you get this drop down window. And you're going to click on, if you have not uploaded already, you're going to click add video. Click on add video, and then you're going to click on upload. I don't think I can drag it. No. So I'm going to click on upload video. And here's my video right here at the top. Open. Unable to use video in an ad creative. Video might not be. Okay, it's still uploading, so we just wait. While that's uploading, let's go ahead and go down here. Primary text. This is the text that shows up on top of your ad. So right above the video. So let's go back over here and let's go up here. We're going to take this one right here. We're going to do the first one. So here they call it content. So copy the content. Copy that. Go back over to Ads Manager, and you're just going to paste that in here. I'm just going to do Control V, Command V if you're on a Mac, and that puts your primary text in there. And then we're going to put our link to our product page. So I need to go get that, and that's over here. So I'm just going to copy this. This is really long. This is a really long URL. So I don't really want to use that, but I'm just going to do it. Inside of CommerceHQ, you have a link shortener. Basically, it's called the Redirect app, and you can use the Redirect app to take those really long URLs and make them very, very short. But I'm not going to do that in this video because it's already going to be long enough. So I mean, you can even use Bitly. I don't recommend Bitly, but you can. I mean, if you insist on using it, can't figure out the redirect link inside of CommerceHQ, then do that. So I'm just going to paste this in here. So we have the link. And while I have that copied, I'm going to come down here, and this is where I do put the original link. I don't usually put the shortened link in this part. So I'm going to put it here because no one can see that. This is only for the button. So if someone clicks the button or clicks the video, now my video is playing. I don't know if you can, I don't think you can hear that, but it's very annoying. So I'm going to mute this site. There we go. I don't want to hear that anymore. So we have our primary text. Like I said, that's called the content over here. We're going to get the headline, copy that, take it back over to Ads Manager, paste it in here for the headline, just labeled the same. Then you're going to come back to the description. Actually, this doesn't have a description, and it's using the Shop Now button. So the description is what shows up right down underneath the headline. So this headline is taking up two lines, so we wouldn't see it. So normally, if we type something in there, it would show if that wasn't so long. So watch this. If I remove that, now you can see this other line, right, that shows up underneath. And it's not bold. Okay. This is the description. And you can see it, that's where that would show up. I mean, I like this. Most of the time when I'm writing my own, I will create a short headline that fits in here along with emojis. And then down here, I will write something about the product. So up here will be more like emotional based, like this, red hot deal alert, you know, something that gets people's attention. And then down here, I would put something that appeals to the intellectual side, like, you know, stainless steel, something like that, something that is specific about the product that's not emotional, right? But in this case, I'm just going to stick with the headline that John Mack's team gave us in CommerceHQ, in the Accelerator app. I'm going to leave that. So this is what your ad looks like. Now we need to change that Learn More to Shop Now. So you right down here where it says Call to Action. Click that. Click on Shop Now. You can see your button changes right over here. So this is what ad number 1 looks like. All right, so now these are those UTM tags I was telling you about. I used to have to fill these out on every one. It took me forever. But now we don't have to do that anymore. So this is video ad number 1. I'm actually going to leave that at video ad number 1 because it is ad copy number 1. So actually on there, I'm going to say video ad copy number 1, just to distinguish them. Now we do have an error, and it says that the story media aspect ratio isn't. So that just means that it's probably not going to show up on Facebook stories because it's not the right size. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, here are stories. So that's what that error is. So it's going to show up on everything except for story, on the stories, Instagram stories and Facebook stories. That's okay. So you can actually build those specific for those platforms or those placements. I don't. For my testing, I just usually test these little square videos. They're perfect for that. And you can see this is the video. It's going to really get people's attention. It's got the cat in the background. And these are some of those purebred cats that are in the video. And you can see them playing. You have the overlay with the text, the animation, really good. The videos are fantastic. And there you got the little thing at the end. And that's your first video ad. Now, if you want to use this, the same post in every ad set, I'm going to show you how to create or to get the post ID. Right, to get the post ID. But we're going to also do that after. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create the other 2 videos now that we have that one done. So, and you want to do this first anyway. You want to create all of your videos first, the 3 different videos. So you always start, you do one campaign for the product. You start with one ad set, then you do one video, then you're going to do your other 2 for your ad, right? So our test is going to be 1, 2, 3 different ads. Basically the same video, but 3 different sets of ad text because we don't know which one is going to do better. So let's go back. This is going to be number 2. So let's come back over here. And now what we're going to do, this one is ready. We're going to click here where it says Action Menu, and we're going to click on Quickly Duplicate. And that's going to give us video ad copy. Copy, all right? So now all you have to do is back up, change that to a 2 because this is going to be ad copy number 2. We're going to use the exact same video, so we don't have to change anything. We don't have to change the links. All we have to change is the primary text and the headline. So let's go back over here, and this one is going to be this one. I'm going to copy that. Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac. And we're going to change this. Command V. And make sure you leave a space between your emojis and your link. That way your link will be clickable. Because if you leave those attached, your link in your ad will not be clickable. So put that space in there, just like that. Now to be clickable when we publish it. Now let's change our headline. Command C. Command V. There we go. That looks really long. Let's see, is that how long that was? That is a long headline. I don't like making them that long. See how it cuts off over here? Yeah. But we're going to leave it because that's one we could probably, this is just a test. You want to, when you're testing, you just want to get these out and going as quickly as possible. Test as many products as you can as quickly as possible. So you don't want to waste any time. This is one of the most valuable parts of your business is launching these product ads. And when we're doing testing, we want to test quickly and get results quickly. I know I'm only doing $3 budgets, so it seems contradictory, but believe it or not, I can test multiple products at once while other people are testing one, and waiting a week because they don't have enough budget to do it. I can test as many as I want. So I just run, 3, and John Mack's team gives us three groups of targeting. Well, I usually do 5 at least, but we're going to do these 3 that he gave us, and then I'll show you how I normally do it in addition to that. So we already have the shop now. So this one is done. So ad number 2 is done. So now we just copy that one, quickly duplicate. And now we have number 3. We're going to go up there and rename it, right? And we see which one is actually doing the best. Then we're going to come down here. The only thing we have to change is the primary text and the headline. That's it. Come back over here, copy the text. Back over here. Paste that in there. Make sure you got a space between the arrow and your link right there in the primary text. I don't know if you can see it's kind of small. Just make sure there's nothing touching your link there in the primary text. The good thing is we don't have to change this link. Our button is going to work every time. And at the end of the video, this is what's going to show up at the end of the video. Right? So when they click at the end, if they watch the whole thing and click the link, they're going to go straight to your product page. So that one, we changed the text. Now we need to change the headline. Let's go here. Copy that. Go paste it here. And that's done. And now you have your 3 sets of your 3 ads in your 1 ad set. Now, here's the tricky part. We want to have just 3 ads running, right? We don't want to have 3 ads in all of these ad sets. Let me see. I'm trying to think of how about this? Let me just show you real quick. See if I can draw this. So we have 3 ads, right? We have number 1, 2, and 3 that we just created. And we're going to have 1, 2, 3 ads that John Mack gives us. And then we're going to do another 2 that I'm going to show you how to do. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these are your ad sets. Can I type? Yeah. So these are the ad sets, right? These are your ads. We want to do, and then we have 1, this will be our campaign. All right. So, this will make it a lot easier. There you go. So you have 1 campaign. 1. We want to use these 3 ads in each one of these. Right? So we're going to have 3 total ads, but we're going to have 5 ad sets. So if we were to go back over here and we were to duplicate this ad set, it would actually create 3 brand new ads. So then every time we do that, that's just increasing the number of ads that we have to keep up with, because we're going to have to go in there when someone makes a comment to our post. We need to go see those comments, because if you're not checking the comments on your post, you could be having someone post on there like a competitor. Let's say someone else, that you're running, someone else is running the same product and they see your ad. Well, there are a lot of people out there that can get so desperate that they will go leave bad comments on your post to keep you from getting sales. So they might not even be customers anywhere. They'll go in there and they'll say something like, "Oh, I ordered from this store and I never got it. I've been waiting for 6 months." And they will refuse to give, they can make up a whole story. And whether it's true or not, you don't have really any real way of proving that. If people read that and you're not removing comments like that from your post or answering them, I highly recommend that you remove those posts. And if you don't know how to remove them, you should watch a video. Let me know in the comments, and I will show you how to do it, how to remove those comments. So we want to keep this as manageable as possible. So it's much easier to manage 3 ads, the comments on the ads right down here, comments, than it would be to manage 15. Because if we were to start duplicating these ad sets, it would create 3 new ones for each one. So we would have a total of 15. But like this, what I'm about to show you will make it so you only have 3 total ads. And those 3 ads are going to be in each one of these ad sets. And they're all going to be in this 1 campaign. All right, so you're going to have 1 campaign, 5 ad sets, and only 3 ads. This is the ideal way to do it. So let me show you how to do that. So we're going to go ahead to get our post ID on these ads right here. We have to publish all of these. So to publish all 3, if you do it here, you can only publish 1 at a time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close this little slider here. I'm going to click on this X, and that's just going to close it. Now you can see we've got 3 here in draft. So I'm going to click here and select all 3. And then I could just publish from here, clicking edit, and I don't have publish. Where's my publish button? My publish button's gone from here. Anyway, you go right up here where it says review and publish. You have all 3 selected. You have a big blue button up here, review and publish. So let's go ahead and click on review and publish. And here it's going to say fix error. That's because of the size. So we can go ahead and publish, even just leave it like it is, and it just will not run on the story. Right, so click on publish. And they're all publishing. We have to wait for that to go. I'm going to go ahead and close this download tab here to give us a little bit more room. We don't need that anymore. Now they're all published and they're all in review. So now what we do, you just come up here and you're going to open up the first one, click on Edit. That's going to open up our slider window here. And you're going to go. Now what I usually do is, before I do this, because this doesn't always work. So most of the time I can click here and then click on Use Existing Post, and it's going to use the same post. But just in case it doesn't, I'm going to go ahead and open up this post by clicking here, and I'm going to click on this one, Facebook post with comments. And right up here, if you look right up here at the end, it gives us the post ID right at the top of that URL. So I'm going to go ahead and, this is what our post looks like. Looks pretty good. And that's the link that'll go straight to the product. So now I'm going to go back to Ads Manager, and I'm going to switch. We're on Ad Copy, Video Ad number 1. You can see up here. You can see over here it's selected. And I'm going to switch this to Use Existing Post. And it did. It stayed the same. And you can see right there is the post URL right there. Now we're going to go do that. So we didn't even need to open it up, but I do it sometimes anyway, just in case. So now we're going to go to the next one. I'm just going to click over here where it says Edit. Click on Edit. So this is number 3. So we'll do we're not doing them in order, but that's okay. So on this one, I am going to go ahead and open it up just in case. Facebook post with comments. Click on that, and that opens up the post. I'm going to go down here, and I'm just going to pause it once it starts. Okay, and you can see, I don't know if you can't see up in the, this is even in the one I need right there. Let's close that. At the end of the link up in your browser, that last number after posts, that's your post ID. So I'm going to go back over here, and this time we're going to click here, Use Existing Post. Let's make sure it kept the same one, and it did. There's a post ID. It looks very similar to our first one, but it is different. I was watching the headline to make sure that the headline stayed the same. That's all you have to do. Since we did use a different headline in each one, just watch the headline and make sure it doesn't change. Now we're going to go do video ad copy number 2. So they're out of order over here. And then we're going to click here where it says Ad Setup. Click on Create Ad, and we're going to choose Use Existing Post. There you go. See, our headline stayed the same. This is actually a different post ID, right? So now we have to do the same thing we did before. If I was to publish here, it would only publish this one post. So we're going to close this again, this little X up here in the upper middle left there. Close that. Select all 3, and then click on Review and Publish. Review and Publish. And see, it said Updated Creative. Your ad is considered the creative. So just remember that, because in a lot of my videos I refer to that as the creative. So click on Publish. And what it's doing, it's using, now if we go back, I'm going to show you now what that looks like, because it does look different now. I'm going to open up video ad number 1. See right here? Now it shows it's set at Use Existing Post. That's what we want. And there's your post ID. So if you ever need it, it's right there. You used to have to go to Page Post. That's a completely different section in Business Manager. And most people don't even know where it is, and it is kind of a pain to find it because of the way it's organized. But it's already set up. The thing about this is you can't just change the things anymore. So before you go do this, and I probably should have said this before I did it, make sure the post is the way you want it before you convert it to Use Existing Post, before you start duplicating. So just double check them, make sure they're exactly the way you want. They look right. But I was looking at them. I do this so many times. I do it in my sleep sometimes. So just know that once you switch from create ad to use existing post, you can't make changes to it anymore. Okay, so look at that. Now we have 3. We have 3. So I'm going to close this. Now we can go back to the ad sets. Now that we have 3 ads in there, we're going to start duplicating the ad set. Start making more of those. So to do that, all we have to do, and you can click on duplicate and then make as many copies as you want like this. But in the beginning, I usually just do them one at a time. So I'm just going to click on this little drop down and click on quick duplicate or quick duplicate, however it should be. And now you see we have there's the original. I don't know if you can see, it doesn't show copy. And then here's the copy. It even shows copy on the end. That's how we know we're working on the copy. And this is that same error, the in-stream videos are not going to, it's too long for in-stream videos because they need to be short, 5 to 15 seconds long. So it's not going to work in in-stream videos, which I haven't had any luck. I've actually made videos specifically for in-stream videos and didn't have very good luck. So I don't even do that anymore. It's too easy to do it without doing the in-stream videos. And all we have to do now is change our targeting, right? Because our budget is whatever it is we set before in the other one, and we want that to be true in all of them. We still doing the United States. Our age group doesn't change. Genders do not change. Languages do not change. Our auto placement doesn't change, and our conversion window doesn't change. Now again, you may be doing the 1-day click down here. That's okay. Now we have to do to change this, the detailed targeting, click on edit. And I saw here, we did this one first. I noticed that ad set number 1 is the exact same interest. However, it's intersected with this group. So I'm going to do exactly like they gave them to us here because, they do way more ads than I do. So we're going to use what they give us for 3 of them. And like I said, the number 4 and 5, we're going to do it the way I do it to show you how I do them. So we're going to copy these. Remember, if you copy or, it's going to leave off these last 2. So we'll have to remember this. Turkish van. I need to cough. Turkish van. So let's go back over to Ads Manager. And we're going to do narrow audience. Click in there. Paste. And that should give us everything except for, oh, this one has a warning. Why is that? It's not telling us. Maybe there's something wrong with that. See, there's our Turkish Agora. So we need to now add Turkish. I already forgot what it was. Let's go back. Van. Turkish van. Never even heard of it. I guess that's a cat. Turkish van. See, they do a lot of research. Go way deeper than I would. Way deeper than I do. I have an app that does that for me. All right, so now we have this intersection between these. So we're going to come up here, and now we're going to call this, and I'm just going to put it because it's intersected. So actually, I'm going to put intersection number 1. Put that lowercase, group 1, just to keep them separate. So I know this was ad set 1, so I just called it group 1. You can name these whatever you want. This part right here, nobody sees that. It doesn't even matter. You could just, you could put whatever you want. And it's ready. So now, once you have that one, all you have to do is click on Publish, the green button. And now you have 2 ad sets, and they're both using the exact same 3 ads. It's good. Now we want to, I'm going to show you a little shortcut here. So I duplicated that one. Now I'm going to duplicate, let me see if this third group. So the third group has a different group up here. What's this? This has the American Curl. Okay, so it's the American Curl. So I think I will duplicate that first one we made because it only has this group, which is the same as this. Then I will add these. Yeah, so I'll do that. So let me copy this. Caster. And then we have to add Your Cat Magazine. Your Cat Magazine. Okay, let's go over here. And we're going to duplicate that first one. So click right here. If you hover over the name right there and you see these 3 dots, that's the action menu. Click on that and then do quickly duplicate. So we duplicated the first one. Right. And now we're going to come down here. The only thing we have to change is narrow audience. Paste those in there. And it adds them all in. Going to delete those out of it right there. And then what was that last one? Your Cat Magazine? Yeah. Okay. Your Cat Magazine. So this is going to be intersected group 3. I'm going to remove copy from the end just to keep it nice and tidy. And it's ready. That's all you have to do. And click on publish. So this is 570,000 people on this one. It's a little bit smaller. Now you have 3 ad sets, and they're all using the exact same 3 ads. Lovely. Now we're going to create 2 more. And since this one only has the one group, these are intersected. So I do a couple that are not intersected. I just do, so I'll just show you. So now we're going to duplicate this. I'm actually going to duplicate this one twice. And while both of these are selected, the reason I did 2 this time is because I'm going to remove all those interests from this one. And I want to do it at the same time. So you can see these that are blue, that means that they're both selected. See the check marks over here? That means I'm working on these 2 copies, the duplicates, at the same time. So I'm going to scroll down here. And if I do this while both of them are checked, it actually changes both of them. So I'm going to clear all of these. Just clicking the X over here to the right. See, there's an X next to each name. Now, I'm just going to do something very difficult. I'm going to type in cat. So these are even more interests that have not been targeted. All right, so some of these you have to be careful. They might not be cat owners. So we could look for cat owners. And there's not one for cat owners, right? So let's see. So you can tell that I'm not in the cat niche, but I do know I've had some of my students have been definitely in the pet niches and been in cat niche and dog niche, and they're very, very passionate group of people. You get the right product for them at the right price, you can sell a ton of them. Let's go back to cat here. And remember when we did our research, we saw that there were those products that were for sale. I think, yeah, it was Chewy, right? So we could do Chewy. Chewy.com, right? So this one, see how this one has 10,000 people? Those are the employers. Right there, it says they work there, right? So you don't want to get that one where they work. This one says interest, but there are only 5, so that's not it. Right here, Chewy.com. It's an interest, and you can see it's 908,000 people. So I'm going to choose Chewy.com just because I know that's the website where people buy cat product or pet products. And the size, potential reach 1,900,000. That's nice and big. I'm going to see if there's another, what Facebook is telling me is similar to Chewy. See, you got PetSmart. I don't know a lot of these other ones, but I'm not going to choose these. I mean, people who go to Chewy.com is an online store. PetSmart and Petco, yeah, they do have stuff online, but a lot of people go into these stores, right? So I'm going to leave this at Chewy. This is people who like to buy things online for sure because they like the convenience of it. So they're highly likely to buy something from a store if it's set up the right way. So this one is just going to be Chewy.com. So I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to change this to Chewy.com. And the thing is, this is Chewy. I misspelled that, didn't I? That doesn't, see, that's only for me, but I am going to fix that, Chewy. Now, a pet store like Chewy carries products for a lot of different pets. So we don't want to be showing our ad to people who do not have cats. We want the people who, I mean, maybe later, maybe we could expand, but now we want to focus on people who have cats. So we're going to do this narrow audience, and we're just going to put in cats. And hopefully it's not the musical, right? So you don't want to choose the musical. There's cats. And this should contain hobbies and activities, pets, cats, specific to cats. And it only drops it down to 1,300,000 people. So it's really good size. So we're going to do this, Chewy.com intersected with cats. That one. All right, so actually I wanted to uncheck one of those when I did that, but that's okay. So these are both changed. I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to uncheck one of these. I don't know. No, yeah, I'm going to uncheck one of them. Now we're working on just one, this top one that's blue. Now let's change the targeting on it. Let's see what else we have here for cats. What's an expensive cat food or something like? Oh, you know what? People who like to travel could be a good one, right? Because people leave their cats for a few days. Maybe if they go on long trips, they don't, but we do. We go away for a couple of days. We have a cat door, a pet door on our garage, so our cat can go in and get water and food. I mean, she's very independent, so she goes back and forth. Maybe people who, they want to have water during the day. They're really busy. Maybe they work. Right now, see, I'm just trying to think of things. So, if you haven't seen that video that I did on the empathy map and understanding your customer, you have to try and get in the mind of your customer. Get in the mind of someone who owns the cat and start thinking about why they would even need this product, right? So, there's always fresh water for the cat. They prefer the fresh water. They don't like it if it's been sitting there for a while. You want them to drink a lot of water, especially when you're not there to give them fresh water all the time. So, and what else do they buy? What else do they buy besides that? So we're definitely going to remove Chewy because we already tried Chewy. And let's see, people who buy magazines, right, are definitely passionate about the topic, right? So there are cat magazines, and I'm pretty sure that we already targeted magazines in group number 3. I think I saw that in there. But these other ones, like let me just show you cat lovers. Look at this. This is people who like cats. Maybe they're not cat owners, but they would like T-shirts that have funny cat pictures on it or something. So you have to think about who is your target audience, like for your store, and what about the product that you're selling? Do they have cats, or they just love cats? Maybe they like cats, but they're allergic to them and don't own one, so they would not buy a water fountain, but they would buy a T-shirt, with a cat, because they have everything they buy has a cat. Or they like to, maybe they like the cosplay and stuff like that, so they like to dress up like a cat, or who knows? Or they know someone who has a cat. So cat lovers, this is probably a marketer, somebody like us who built a Facebook page for people who love cats. That doesn't mean that they actually own it, right? So this is where it can get kind of tricky depending on what kind of product. If we were selling a T-shirt with a cat on it, I would do this. But since we're doing a water fountain for them, probably not. So let's see. Cat food, definitely. So if someone's going to buy cat food, that right there. So I'm going to remove cats, because if they're buying cat food, that automatically implies that they like cats, right? So this is 5,800,000 people. Maybe there are some specific cat food brands that we could target, but we'll just leave this one broad. This is going to be the broad cat food. So I'm going to change the name, cat food. And I don't think that was up. I usually like, cat, uppercase C on the cat, lowercase f on the F. So I usually do whatever it says on the, but I combine them. See, I took the space out from the middle. And now we have these two new ones. So we have 5 total. And I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to make sure you don't have to have these. You can unselect all those by clicking this blue box. And now if I click on review and publish, it should still, so we have 2 ad sets, the 2 new ones, and 6 ads, which are the exact same 3 ads we used in the other 3. Click on publish. And we're done. There we have created our 5 ad sets for our campaign for this product, right? For the automatic cat fountain. And if you haven't already, be sure and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this video. Tell me what niche you're in, what kind of challenge you're having, and I'll shoot another video for you. I know this was a long one, but I wanted to give you as much detail as I could. Take this video, test your products. The entire process is in there, everything you need to test your products from your CommerceHQ Accelerator app. Everything is in there. If there's anything missing, tag me in a message in the Facebook group, and I will help you out in there. All right, this is William, and this has been the Dropshipping Report.